the first meeting I had with Lakshmi, I was telling that, give me some luck. Lakshmi means that, right? So in this role, and she was telling I have to thank my grandmother for naming her as Lakshmi, and it's my pleasure to invite her to this wonderful event and introduce her to all of you. And by the way, it's like I don't need to really, I didn't ask her about her introduction. And fortunately, Google is so kind to the world. All these 700 crore population are being helped by Google. I'm one among them. I just quickly went and checked their Gemini, and this is what I got, which I'm going to read. Maybe Lakshmi should. Lakshmi Abburu is a prominent leader at Google Cloud, where she serves as a delivery excellence lead and partner operations within the Google Services Delivery Organization, is what Gemini is telling about Lakshmi. And with over 2 decades of professional experience, she specializes in operational frameworks, governance models, and the unification of global delivery strategies. Phenomenal. Her work focuses on ensuring high-quality service delivery for Google global clients by integrating lean principles and automation into large-scale environments. Lean principles and automation, mixing that into the play, phenomenal. And her focus areas, as per Gemini, Delivery Navigator is your focus area. Lakshmi is a key expert for the Delivery Navigator platform, which is an integrated ecosystem utilizing AI-powered search and methods to drive project success. She has been involved in presenting how organizations can leverage these tools to scale delivery and increase confidence in complex engagements. And Tech Mahindra is one of those companies being guided, suggested by Lakshmi for Delivery Navigator. We are trying to take that initiative forward. And one more point that Gemini talked about Lakshmi is thought leadership. She frequently participates in industry and community events. She just talked about a recent event that she participated. She was a speaker at Google Cloud Next 2026. Oh my God, it could be my life ambition actually, where she moderated a session titled The Google Way, Scaling Delivery with AI-powered Delivery Navigator. Oh my God, this is all the morning, this is our theme for the whole thing. And mentorship, when Google speaks about her mentorship also, beyond her operational responsibilities, she is a dedicated G2G. G2G means Google to Googler. Googler to Googler coach, where she mentors colleagues on career development and personal growth. Reason why she is here in front of us today to coach us on the same thing. And community engagement. She is spending her time on community. It's not me who is telling, it is Gemini which is telling. She is active in the broader tech community in India, participating in forums and academic settings such as panel discussions at the Hyderabad Institute of Technology and Management, HITM, to share insights on industry expectations, emerging technologies, and career pathways. Phenomenal. Actually, to be very frank, owner of the HITM is a close friend of me. That's where I heard Lakshmi's name. It was like my desire to meet her from a long time, even before when I was not onto the Google role, because I was also active on the outside in social networking. I got to know that she's a prominent speaker, and I'm so lucky to have her here and to got the opportunity to invite her to this wonderful initiative. We kickstarted this first ever time we are doing for after some time, right? In this such a kind of a extraordinary event, and she is coming and addressing us is a phenomenal opportunity to all of us. Without taking a lot of time, welcoming you for your keynote. And I'll get the PPT sorted. Yeah, I'm sure.
Expectations, trust me, it's the Gemini data. Nothing to do with it. No, but it's amazing to be here, and as Nag mentioned, I lead delivery excellence and partner ops at Global Service Delivery for Google. What it means is that it's our job to ensure that our customers get the right kind of consistent, predictable, and let's say no dramatic surprise delivery from all of us and from all our partners. And that's been my mission. Other than that, it's more of ensuring that we work very closely with partners and ensuring that we can deliver to our customers on their expectations. So with that, what I've done is I've just put together a couple of slides. I've kept it extremely high level, talking about some of the tectonic shifts we have seen from within Google, and then I'll be happy to take any questions. I may not be able to answer everything, but then of course we have Gemini. Okay. With that, this slide is one of my favorite slides. While we talk about agents, the days of agents which were like one big monolithic agent is done. We have agents by industry, for retail, for finance, for all the other industries that we are seeing. The logos are here, of course, to impress all of you, but also to tell you that we are seeing the shifts across industries. It's not one industry, it's not one domain, but across all industries we are seeing the shift where we are talking about agentic delivery. But what do we mean by that, and why Alphabet, why Google? One of the things that we as Google are very proud of is we are not a part, we are not providing solution to just as a part of the entire solutions. It's the entire stack that we are talking about. So it's not like a piece of the puzzle that we have, but the overall puzzle. What I mean by that is we have models which are grounded on data, chips which have been built for models, infrastructure which has been designed for models, and platforms which will use those models to run. So it's an end-to-end stack that we are talking about. It's not one piece of the puzzle, but whenever a customer looks at us, what we are looking at is the entire structure, infrastructure that is required, models that are required, data that is required, application that is required, models that are required, all built and integrated. So that's the direction we are heading. And when we talk about agentic blueprint, we call this agentic blueprint, but this as Google, as developers, all of us, we are interested in is how do we actually bring this to life? What are the things that we can do? So here you will see that, there was a time when agent was more of a chatbot where you would ask a question and then have an answer to it. But now what we are looking at is a complete platform kind of a thing where we have agents which are going and performing the tasks. So we are not talking about days when you would ask a question and agent gives an answer and that's about it. Now what we are talking about is very complex workflows. In fact, just when the introduction was going on and we heard all the languages coming in, I'm not sure if you have tried out, there's a new feature in Meet. If you're using Google Meets, then there is a live translation happening. In fact, we had a meeting with some of our Japanese counterparts as part of JPAC region talking about our partnering strategy. And those guys were talking in Japanese, I was talking in English, and it was translating live. So as I was speaking in English, they could hear in Japanese. Not only that, it created an entire document, minutes of the meeting, action items, assign the action item, sends it to me, and then I have a task saying that this needs to be done, this is the expected response, can you do it? Just say yes or no and it is done. But this is from an employee point of view, right? Think of it from a workspace, everybody who's using Google Workspace, the kind of power it brings to the employees who are working. You talked about collaboration. I think some of the best collaboration tools, especially in the global scenario, are available here. We have seen workflows which are complex, which include search, which includes catalog management, which includes execution, all of that being built using this. Gemini Enterprise, so when we are talking about this, I'm sure all of you have heard of it. So this is the best of Google that we have. This is as part of recent I/O, the 3.5 version of this was also announced. And this is where the entire power of the branding of the models and everything comes together. Now, how does this work? As part of I/O, I talked about how we announced the enterprise agent platform. It helps you build. So you can build agents, not just the native agents that Google provides, you can actually work with other providers, and I'll talk about it. You can scale. You don't have to worry about the infrastructure, the scaling is taken care of automatically. For each of the models that is there is a registry which is maintained, the governance becomes very easy, and then of course there is optimization involved in that. Whole lot of data which gets collected about how the agents are working, how they are collaborating, how do you orchestrate them, which you can use to optimize. And then I spoke about Gemini Enterprise, but it's not just one model we are talking about. If you're talking about multi-models, you have 3.1. If you're thinking about having some of your, let's say, retail customers come out with a very fancy catalog, model management, the information that they need, we have Flash Image. You want to develop videos, View. You say that, okay, I'm not so much into using Gemini, but I want to use Anthropic Claude models, you got it, it's integrated in that. So this is one platform which brings in everything together in one place. So this is, as I mentioned, the model family. It uses the intelligence. It also provides you the platform to build agents. So this is where I would like to talk very, very briefly about anti-gravity. This is an agent-first platform. This is what we have been using internally also to, initially we started by trying it out internally for the first couple of months, and then it got developed and rolled out. So right now if I have to build an agent internally, there is an English language command that I can use. I can build an agent, and you can see some of the screenshots there, and be able to build agents using very, very simple instructions, English instructions. So the days of saying that we are going to build an agent, test it for 6 months and so on are gone. These are days when we are moving like really, really fast. This platform provides you with a way in which you can build all kinds of agents. All you need to do is set up some integrations, set up some connectors, and you're all set to go. You can build agents very, very quickly. It's available to all of you. And I can't, of course, leave without talking about the delivery navigator. We talked about all the technology shifts which are happening. But as you remember, I'm from the delivery excellence team, and my job is to ensure that all these deliveries, all the fantastic technical work that we are doing for customers happens in a predictable manner. Not just for Google, because when we deliver for our customers, they don't actually differentiate whether it is being delivered by a partner or a customer or by Googlers. All they want to see is, are the Google products working well? And that's where what we have done is we have come up with a methodology, the Google way of working, which we share freely with all our partners. You can leverage this. It has, let's say you want to migrate some VM code. You want to do a VM migration, it is there. You want to do an AI workshop, it is there. You want to do GECX, it is there. And it has a method of how do you do requirements, what kind of TDDs are used, some sample TDDs, and it actually gets down to the level of code snippets which are available. And our vision is to be able to integrate the agents into that. For example, if you were to do VM migration, agents which will help you do VM migration will also be available here, and that's the direction we are heading. So our aim, ambition is to see all of you leveraging those agents in delivering at the same standard to all our customers as Googlers do. So that is all I have. In fact, I kept this at a very high level. I'm open to any questions, thoughts, available around if you want to have a coffee chat.
A heartfelt thank you to our esteemed guest, Mrs. Lakshmi Abburu. All our respected dignitaries and our wonderful leaders for sharing their inspiring speeches and valuable perspectives with us today. Your thoughtful words may have enriched our ambition and provided us with a great motivation.
I think I'm checking if there are any questions. Rajat?
Understand Google already has the infrastructure around the delivery management, like task flow and others. So how this delivery navigator is going to add value to us, and especially if we want to do it with a partner we are doing ecosystems, not the Google network. In that case, what for us?
Thank you so much for asking that question. It actually makes my job easier. It is ready. You have a Google Drive created, all the templates, everything ready. You can check the status reports automatically, and if you and the customer are using the same Jira instance, then we will not get to see any data. Only you and your customer can. So not only does it have the step-by-step instructions, for example, we spoke about GECX. Many partners come back and talk about like GECX is relatively new skill because it is undergoing a lot of changes. How do our developers learn this? So we use that. I've heard partners using that as a way for partners, to train people. It talks about how do you do migration, what are the things, what are the step-by-step, instructions that you can use. If you get stuck with an error, what do you do, and so on. So it helps in that, and of course in the entire overall from a project management point of view, with 15-20% to up to 60% productivity gains using this, depending on how they use it. Some of our partners, in fact, they spoke about it in Next 2025. They've actually built their AI agents on top of it and integrated it with their QMS. So a whole lot of these things are taken care automatically, and those are the guys who have reached up to 60% productivity.